Here we go. We have Abigail Spanberger and King Charles walking together at this event there. A special moment for the governor of Virginia, I'm sure, as King Charles and Queen Camilla have made their way to the United States. At the very least, a unique moment, and one that we did not anticipate today, and that really through the assistance of Nia Campbell, the People's producer, we were able to sort of discern what was happening here. We don't know how much we'll be able to see, certainly not know how much we'll be able to hear, but we did, for once, sort of get lucky with when we took the camera, and we got a glimpse of Governor Spanberger walking with King Charles as King Charles nears the end of his time here on his state visit. He's spoken to Congress. He has met elected officials. He's met with the president. There's Abigail Spanberger, the first woman to be governor of Virginia, right in the sort of front of your screen there. And yeah, looks like a beautiful and sunny day in Northern Virginia. It does look like the two have kind of gone their separate ways in the midst of this meet and greet, but no less a moment for us here on Live Impact News to be able to capture the two of them walking. Now, for the most part, this is not the King and Queen of England fall into a ceremonial role now, right? That has been, again, for the most part, the role that they occupy in terms of global politics and British politics. But still, they are treated with sort of reverence still in wherever they go, and now they are here in Warren County, Virginia, with Governor Abigail Spanberger, who is someone who has made history herself, who now holds an indelible place in history as the first woman to be governor of Virginia. So an interesting moment to say the least here. And this is the Front Royal 250th Celebration Parade in Warren County, Virginia. Those 250th, America's 250th birthday celebrations continuing to ramp up, and now it looks like Governor Spanberger and King Charles have once again sort of reunited there. I know it's difficult to see, but on the right side of your screen, behind the woman with the red jacket on, you can see Spanberger and King Charles sort of chatting over to the side as they also interact with onlookers there and other attendees. Why don't we, I don't think we're going to be able to hear anything. Is it worth taking a listen, Nia? What do you think?
We can try.
Let's give it a try. We both know what's coming here. I don't think we're going to be able to hear anything, but hey, we're here. You know, we're in Warren County, Virginia. The King of England is here. Let's take a listen. Well, I wouldn't say that those sonics were devoid of joy, right? We have some nice tunes being played. Obviously, we were correct, at least in that we can't hear any of the actual interaction going on up there, but we continue to have a really good visual here of, again, Governor Abigail Spanberger of Virginia and King Charles of the United Kingdom shaking hands and moving along under this gazebo in Warren County, Virginia. And again, I don't have the history in front of me here, but how often something like this has happened, I certainly don't know. It is Charles' first state visit to the U.S. since he became king. We know that Queen Elizabeth visited President Donald Trump in 2019. We've certainly seen that other members of the royal family have come and gone more frequently. We know that Prince Harry even has taken up residence in the United States at times. So definitely an interesting and unique event. Maybe we'll do a little bit of research to see if anything like this has occurred before. But spending some real time together, King Charles and Governor Spanberger, sharing a laugh there, exchanging jokes. Hi, Campbell. We got some.
Possibly.
So we are hanging out here. We've got a lot of media, a lot of camera people gathered around this gazebo, but we have gotten quite a few glimpses of the King of England and the Governor of Virginia getting to interact a little bit as they move throughout and spending a lot of time with other attendees here. A lot of hands being shaken, a lot of pleasantries being exchanged, and we saw them say goodbye they went to Arlington National Cemetery earlier today. King Charles laid a wreath at Arlington National Cemetery, of course, a legendary memorial area in the United States and here on the East Coast. Again, yesterday, Governor Spanberger, not the only sort of state and local official that has met with the king since he's been here. Mayor Zohran Mamdani of New York City met with King Charles. Governor Kathy Hochul of New York met with King Charles. Of course, his trip to the White House, where he met with not only President Trump, but addressed all of Congress. And during his address to Congress, he certainly advocated for the strength of the relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom. They have been allies for decades and decades here. It's an allyship that has come under a decent amount of tension, if you will, as during the war in Iran, President Trump has been vocal in his desire for NATO allies to step in and play a role in the war in Iran. The United Kingdom has largely resisted that desire from President Trump. It's been Prime Minister Keir Starmer that has come under fire from the president for those decisions. Again, as we said, the king and queen hold mostly a ceremonial role in terms of just a very broad, big picture view of things, mostly a ceremonial role in both national and global politics. Now, that's not to say they don't have influence, right? They are obviously globally famous on a massive scale and also maintain, by all reports, a very high degree of wealth and assets to go along with their fame. So it is not as though they don't have a tremendous amount of influence, but just in terms of policy decision making, more ceremonial for the king and queen in terms of the role that they play, based on all reporting that we have seen. In the meantime, we're keeping an eye on the Senate Armed Forces Committee hearing with Secretary Hegseth. That appears to be headed to recess. Remember, we heard from Tim Kaine earlier in the show as he exchanged questions and answers with Secretary Hegseth. But for now, we maintain our focus here on Warren County, Virginia, as there's a good sort of much cleaner visual of King Charles as he moves throughout the crowd. Now, I don't see, there's Queen Camilla behind him. I don't see Governor Spanberger still with them, but they did spend a good amount of time together, so perhaps their time together is over. Now, we were wondering if we would get public comment at this event. Also, it definitely stands out how everywhere they go, just a massive throng of people follow. Everywhere, oh, there's Governor Spanberger right there on the right side of your screen behind the flagpole there. Everywhere the king and queen, and in this instance Governor Spanberger, go, is they are just surrounded by sort of a traveling amoeba of people, right? I mean, you've got security, you've got press, you've got attendees at this event who just want a handshake and to say hello and to take a picture. And so it's this traveling mass of people throughout this event. And I suppose you would assume that perhaps they're used to it by now. But I'm sure that, if myself or the People's producer, Nia Campbell, well, maybe not the People's producer, Nia Campbell, you probably do have a crowd that gathers as you move throughout the city.
Luckily, I do not.
No.
I would not like that.
No, it'd be very strange.
It would.
Right? It'd be like, hey, everybody, go about your day. I'm just going to grab, something from 7-Eleven. But such is the price of immense fame and influence in this particular case. It looks like maybe that woman was showing off some sort of product there. What do we have, a book here? Queen Camilla being offered a book by someone who is in attendance. And she's going to hand that off for safekeeping. She said, I got a lot of hands to shake. I can't carry this book around, but thank you. Perhaps some light reading on the flight back.
King Charles is like, put that down.
King Charles said, we got a lot of hands to shake. We got to get moving here. Again, another look at Abigail Spanberger. She's almost kind of leading the pack as they head to their next destination. So here we are, Warren County, Virginia. We got a rather large rescue vehicle coming through behind the group, though it doesn't appear as though that is for any dangerous reason in particular, just another part of the ceremony. It looks like a beautiful day out there, quite sunny, as opposed to maybe a more sort of dreary outlook, or at least cloudy outlook that we have here in Hampton Roads. Speaking of which, we're still waiting on Evan Stewart. Evan Stewart is helping multiple of our coworkers as they work through some engineering things in the studio. That is why he has not made it in here yet, but we expect him to be in here pretty soon with your full forecast. And hey, the longer we wait, the more updates our meteorology team can get, and the more sure-handed of a forecast you will receive. Looks like we have some sort of flag. Oh, is that we have seen very similar sights to this during multiple of the stops as King Charles and Queen Camilla traveled through. You said color guard?
Yeah, so when it's with the band, it's called color guard or military.
So presentation of the flags. And there we have cheerleaders from the athletic team that we saw earlier.
I think that might have been like a school.
It was like the whole school's there.
I think so.
Okay,
I
all
don't
right.
want to make any assumptions.
Maybe
But
we
I know
can
that was
see.
the color guard because I was in color guard. And
Oh,
the
you were in
flags.
color guard?
Yeah,
Wait, high school, college?
high school.
Ah, what was that like?
It was fun.
Yeah?
I was the most athletic when I was doing color guard.
Wow. That was when you were at your most athletic, or you were the most athletic color guard, or both?
Both.
Both. The most athletic. Were you carrying an actual flag?
Yeah.
Did you wear gloves?
Yeah.
It's very ceremonial. I don't know if I'd have the patience for
Well,
it.
not with the marching band. With the marching band is more so like visual.
Okay.
You're thinking military.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, oh, you were
ROTC.
doing sort of, Evan Stewart. Come on in, Evan Stewart. Don't hesitate. Okay, there goes Evan Stewart. And now, I forgot that we weren't on camera
Yeah.
there. I've been talking so long, I'm getting delirious. No, I'm very excited about this. Now, you were in the band as the color guard. Were you doing the flags as like a form of sort of dance and celebration?
Yes.
Oh.
So like we would perform shows. One year it was like, what was it? The Great Gatsby, stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
we put on a performance.
Oh, that's so cool. Could you, if someone handed you one of those flags right now, would it take a while to get back into it, or could you start
I can
doing?
pop right into it.
Can you toss it up in the air? It does a bunch of spins, and then you snag it on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew this about you. Finding out new facts here about Nia Campbell live on the air during Impact News. And here, right before we go to break, we have one more. Just finally, a very clear shot of Governor Spanberger and King Charles walking together throughout the area. They've been together for 30 minutes now. I wonder if they're getting any, kind of getting any real conversation in, getting to know each other a little bit. They do have, again, as we said, quite a few people around at all times. Okay.